Jay-Z is a rapper, songwriter, producer, entrepreneur, and record executive. Not to mention, he is regarded as one of the greatest rappers of all time. However, he hasn't always lived the life of a money mogul, and there's quite a lot of people who don't know about his past. Yes, today we're going to uncover all those little-known facts and reveal to you 20 things you never knew about Jay-Z. Hello and welcome to Hollywood Heat. Be sure to subscribe and turn notifications on because we upload 3 new and interesting videos about Hollywood stars every week. You definitely don't want to miss out on all of that free entertainment. Also, please like this video as it helps us a great deal to reach more movie buffs. That being said, let's get started right now. He has helped launch the careers of many famous musicians. Jay-Z might be one of the greatest rappers of all time, but he has never been focused on only furthering his own career and instead loves helping launch the careers of other musicians as well. Through the years, Jay-Z has introduced the world to artists such as Kanye West, Just Blaze, The Neptunes, and others. Jay might love helping other people, but he has also gotten into trouble for hurting them. And we mean that quite literally. Jay is amazing, yes, but there's another side to this star you might not know of. So if you want to hear more about that, keep watching, we'll get to it. He really loves sport. We know Jay-Z loves music, but did you know he loves sport? And when we say love it, we really do mean it. In fact, he loves sports so much that he co-owns the 4040 Sport Club in New York City, and he founded a sports agency called Rock Nation Sports. Yes, Jay is a certified agent for the MLB and NBA and represents several of the sport's biggest stars. He grew up without a father. Growing up isn't always easy, and it's even more difficult when you have to do it without your father around, and that was exactly the case with Jay-Z. Jay-Z's father reportedly left the house when Jay was only 11 or 12 years old and never came back, forcing Jay to become the man of the house at a very young age. It's alleged that the pair eventually reunited back in 2013, but sadly his father passed away a few years later from liver disease. It must have been tough for Jay, but we're sure he's learned a lot from it all. He started doing music when he was 9 years old. It seems the most talented musicians start out their love affair with the art at a really young age, and Jay-Z was no different. He started messing around with his parents' record player when he was only 9 years old, and that's when he realized he had a talent for rapping and music at large. Yes, he started his love of music before even hitting puberty. Now that's impressive. He once beat Busta Rhymes in a rap battle. Busta Rhymes is known as one of the fastest rappers in the world, but Jay-Z once took him on and even won. While attending high school with Busta Rhymes, he once decided to take on the rapper in a rap battle in the lunchroom, and needless to say, he took the victory. In fact, Busta Rhymes even once explained that it was him losing the battle to Jay that pushed him to finesse the art of speed rapping, and today he is one of the most dangerous speed rappers. So dangerous that we doubt even Jay would be able to beat him now. He's obsessed with the written word. Jay-Z loves music, that much we all know. What people might not realize, however, is that he has a great love for the written word. His love of words has long been documented and even been confirmed by his 6th grade teacher. In an interview with the Washington Post, his teacher gushed about the student he was, saying he was one smart kid. He lived in London during the late 1980s. Jay-Z is basically synonymous with American culture, but in the late 1980s, he decided to try life out as a Brit. The rapper reportedly lived in London back in 1989 and used his time there to record music with Money Love while soaking in the culture. He eventually moved back to the States, and a few years later, he kickstarted his successful career in music. He retired in 2003. Considering Jay-Z is still active in the music industry, it's impossible to believe that he decided to retire in 2003, but that's what happened. In 2003, Jay announced that he would retire after the release of his Black album. The star, however, quickly realized that retirement wasn't for him. and after 3 years decided to get back into business, and we are glad he did. He cares a lot for his friends. Earlier we mentioned that Jay loves helping others launch their careers, and now we want to talk about how he loves helping his friends as well. In an interview once, Questlove explained how Jay-Z helped The Roots get the rights to a Radiohead sample when they were releasing their album Game Theory back in 2006. Lawyers were allegedly holding up the record because of the sample, but Jay, who was the president of the label at that time, sorted out the issue and helped the album get released. Everyone deserves a friend like Jay-Z. He's been knighted, kind of. In order to be knighted by Queen Elizabeth, you need to be a British citizen, and that's why Jay-Z technically couldn't ever be knighted. But that definitely didn't stop Sir Paul McCartney from trying. The former Beatles singer knighted Jay in an unofficial ceremony, calling him Sir Hova of Brooklyn. So while Jay might not be a real knight, it's close enough. He owned a basketball team. Earlier it was established that Jay-Z is a major sports fan, but in case you're not convinced yet, here's another surprising fact to do the trick. Jay used to be part owner of the Brooklyn Nets. He owned part of the basketball team while they were still in New Jersey and even helped their relocation bid to Brooklyn in 2012. Not to mention, he was also a figure behind the building of the Barclays Center. One thing is certain, Jay really is a massive sports fan. His stage name has several origins. Jay-Z's birth name is Sean Corey Carter, so why did he decide to go with Jay-Z instead? Well, his stage name comes from his mentor Jaz-O, with whom he wrote a song called The Originators. The song led to him appearing on Yo MTV Raps, which helped launch his career. Along with this, it is also a reference to his childhood nickname Jazzy and the Jay-Z subway station near his Brooklyn home. Whatever the inspiration for his name, we're glad he chose it, because we couldn't imagine him being called anything else. He was schoolmates with numerous famous rappers. Earlier we discovered that Jay went to school with famous rapper Busta Rhymes, but that isn't the only well-known MC he shared classrooms with. Jay-Z bounced around high schools for a few years, but during that time he attended school with both Busta and Notorious B.I.G. Jay was actually such good friends with Notorious B.I.G. that when he passed away, it pushed Jay into depression. But Jay used his strife to record his album My Lifetime Volume 1, which was produced by Biggie's friend Sean P. Diddy Combs. He lied to record one of his most famous singles. One of Jay-Z's most famous tracks is of course Hard Knock Life. It launched him into the mainstream but reportedly wasn't easy to make. The track samples a very well-known song from the musical Annie, but nearly never came into being since after initially requesting to sample the song, Jay was rejected. This meant that he had to take matters into his own hands. He decided to make up a story about how he won a chance to see Annie on Broadway and how it changed his life. The story managed to get him the rights to sample the song, but it was all a lie. Turns out Jay had never seen Annie on Broadway and only said it to win them over. That's definitely one way to go about making a hit. He has his own shade of blue. It's no secret that Jay-Z loves the color blue. In fact, he even named his daughter Blue Ivy. But did you know that he created his own Pantone shade of blue? The shade called Jay-Z Blue was first introduced in 2007 when he collaborated with General Motors on a GMC Yukon Denali that came in the color. It was described as a pearly blue mixed with platinum dust. Disappointingly, neither the car nor the official name of the color was ever released. He was convicted of a felony. Jay might be an amazing guy, but you do not want to get on his bad side. Back in 1999, at a party, Jay suspected that record producer Lance Rivera was behind the bootlegging of Jay's album Volume 3 Life and Times of S. Carter and ended stabbing him as a result. Jay pleaded guilty and was convicted of a second-degree felony. He also served a 3-year probation sentence, but if you thought that was bad, wait till you hear what he did to his own brother. That's still coming up, so stay tuned. He is a record breaker. To this date, Jay-Z has already sold over 100 million records worldwide and has managed to receive a whopping 21 Grammy Awards. But that's not all. Jay also holds the record for the most #1 albums by a solo artist on the Billboard 200. It's impressive, yes, but it's not as impressive as our next fact, how much money he is estimated to be worth. He is the second richest hip-hop artist in the world. We know that Jay-Z makes a lot of money with all his business ventures, including his music, but to hear exactly how much still makes our jaws drop to the floor. Jay's net worth is estimated to be at least $810 million. This makes him the second richest hip-hop artist in the world, behind only Sean Combs. Let's not even begin to mention his net worth once you combine it with his wife's. One of his songs features secret vocals by Michael Jackson. We love a good secret, and one of Jay-Z's best kept secrets is that Michael Jackson secretly featured on Jay's hit single Girls, Girls, Girls. MJ sings the background vocals, but because Jay never put his name on the song, most people don't realize it's the famous icon that can be heard in the background. Well, at least we know now. He shot his brother when he was 12. When Jay-Z was only 12, he ended up shooting his older brother for allegedly stealing his jewelry. It's reported that at the time, Jay was very worried that he would spend his life behind bars, but thankfully for him, his brother didn't press charges, and they even reconciled while he was in hospital. We can all be thankful for that, because his talent in jail would be talent wasted. Can you believe that Jay-Z shot his own brother for stealing his jewelry? Tell us in the comment section so we can hear your thoughts. Please like this video and help us reach more movie buffs. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next video on Kim Kardashian, 20 things you never knew about her. Click on the videos flashing on your screen and keep the fun going. You deserve a break. Thank you and have a good one.